Hello everyone. Welcome back to our channel, Canada Immigration. We hope you're doing great. Well, in this, we'll talk about latest IRCC processing times 2024. Embarking on the journey towards Canadian immigration requires a compass calibrated with the latest updates. In the dynamic landscape of the Immigration, Refugees, and Citizenship Canada, IRCC, processing times serve as the heartbeat, dictating the rhythm of aspirants' hopes and dreams. As we step into the folds of 2024, this comprehensive guide unveils the intricacies of the latest IRCC processing times, providing a roadmap for those seeking to make Canada their new home. Join us as we dissect the numbers, decode the trends, and navigate through the timelines shaping the destiny of countless individuals yearning for a new chapter in the Great White North. So, to get all the information, pay attention and watch the video through to the end. Please hit like and subscribe, and don't forget to push the notification bell for upcoming episodes. So, without any further delay, let's jump into the video. This page lists the most recent official Immigration, Refugees, and Citizenship Canada IRCC processing times as of January 23, 2024, for all the application types, as well as comparisons with times officially reported over the last 4 weeks. For the benefit of our readers, we at Immigration News Canada, Incorporated, have been monitoring these processing times since 2021 and updating them once a week as soon as they are updated by IRCC. To completely understand the implications of these processing times, please carefully read the material below to avoid any misconceptions. Early in 2022, the IRCC updated its processing tool to provide accurate data on typical processing times as opposed to only service standards. Before, it merely showed the IRCC service standards, which stood for the organization's objective of processing applications more quickly. Seldom are service standards updated. Processing schedules for 80% of applications are now available for most citizenship and permanent residency applications, and they are updated every week using data from the previous 6 months. These updates offer more precise data that takes into consideration variations in the IRCC's application handling capacity as well as processing volume variations. Weekly updates are also made to the processing times for applications for temporary residency, which are based on data from the previous 8 or 16 weeks. The purpose of these processing schedules is to provide prospective immigrants and visa applicants in Canada with an estimate of the time it will take for a decision about the acceptance or rejection of their application. This does not mean that the same amount of time will be spent processing your application. Your application's processing time may vary from what is indicated because it is based on the average processing times of 80% of applications approved or refused. Canada Citizenship and PR cards processing times. Citizenship grant, currently at 15 months, with no change since January 16 and a slight decrease of 1 month since December 28. Citizenship certificate, proof of citizenship, set at 9 months, with no change since January 16 and a decrease of 2 months since December 28. Resumption of citizenship, currently not enough data for accurate processing time estimation. Renunciation of citizenship, fixed at 14 months, with no changes observed recently. Search of citizenship records, maintained at 14 months, with no recent alterations. New PR card, set at 15 days, with no change since January 23 but a decrease of 27 days since December 28. PR card renewals, currently at 56 days, with a minor decrease observed recently. Family sponsorship processing times. Spouse or common law partner living outside Canada, intention to live outside Quebec, remains at 12 months with no recent changes. Spouse or common law partner living outside Canada, intention to live in Quebec, currently at 39 months, with no recent changes. Spouse or common law partner living inside Canada, intention to live outside Quebec, steady at 10 months, with no recent alterations. Spouse or common law partner living inside Canada, intention to live in Quebec, currently at 26 months, with no recent changes. Parents or grandparents PR, intention to live outside Quebec, maintained at 24 months, with a slight increase of 1 month since December 28. Parents or grandparents PR, intention to live in Quebec, fixed at 48 months, with no recent changes. Special focus, Quebec disparities in family sponsorship processing. In late 2023, IRCC started disclosing disparities in the processing duration for family sponsorship applications between Quebec and other regions of Canada. This move toward transparency is crucial for applicants seeking family reunification in the province. Canadian Experience Class, CEC. Current processing time, 5 months. Change since January 16. No change. Change since January 9. No change. Change since January 2nd, no change. Change since December 28, no change. The SEC pathway maintains a consistent processing time of 5 months, showcasing stability over the last reporting periods. Federal Skilled Worker Program, FSWP. Current processing time, 6 months. Change since January 16, no change. Change since January 9, no change. Change since January 2, no change. Change since December 28, plus 1 month. FSWP applicants witness a steady processing time of 6 months, with a slight increase of 1 month noted since December 28. Federal Skilled Trades Program, FSTP. Note, no updates available since March 1, as there are no applications currently in processing for FSTP. Provincial Nominee Program, PNP, via Express Entry. Current processing time, 8 months. Change since January 16, no change. Change since January 9, no change. Change since January 2, no change. Change since December 28, no change. PNP applications via Express Entry maintain a processing time of 8 months, demonstrating consistency over recent reporting periods. Non-Express Entry PNP. Current processing time, 14 months. Change since January 16, no change. Change since January 9, no change. Change since January 2, no change. Change since December 28, minus 1 month. Non-Express Entry PNP applications showcase a minor reduction of 1 month, with the current processing time standing at 14 months. Quebec Skilled Workers, QSW. Current processing time, 10 months. Change since January 16, no change. Change since January 9, no change. Change since January 2, no change. Change since December 28, 2 months. Applicants under the Quebec Skilled Workers Program experience a processing time of 10 months, reflecting a decrease of 2 months since December 28. Quebec Business Class, Entrepreneurs, Investors, Self-Employed. Current processing time, 61 months. Change since January 16, no change. Change since January 9, no change. Change since January 2, no change. Change since December 28, plus 1 month. Entrepreneurs, investors, and self-employed individuals in Quebec face a processing time of 61 months, with a marginal increase of 1 month noted. Federal self-employed. Current processing time, 54 months. Change since January 16, no change. Change since January 9, no change. Change since January 2, no change. Change since December 28, plus 2 months. The federal self-employed category reports a processing time of 54 months, reflecting an increase of 2 months since December 28. Atlantic Immigration Program, AIP. Current processing time, 6 months. Change since January 16, no change. Change since January 9, no change. Change since January 2, no change. Change since December 28, no change. AIP maintains a steady processing time of 6 months, reflecting stability in this economic immigration stream. Startup Visa. Current processing time, 37 months. Change since January 16, no change. Change since January 9, no change. Change since January 2, no change. Change since December 28, no change. The Startup Visa category reports a processing time of 37 months, maintaining stability over recent reporting periods. Understanding temporary visa processing times. The realm of temporary visas encompasses diverse applications, from visitor visas to study and work permits. Let's delve into the processing times for key temporary visa types. Visitor visa inside Canada, TRV. Online, 16 days. Paper-based, 33 days as of December 20th. Changes since January 16th. Online, -1 day. Changes since January 9th. Online, -1 day. Changes since Jan 2, no change for online. IRCC no longer reporting processing time for paper-based applications. Changes since December 28. Online, +1 day. Parents or grandparents super visa. Study permit outside Canada. Current processing time, 9 weeks. Change since January 16, no change. Change since January 9th, -1 week. Change since January 2nd, -1 week. Change since December 28th, -1 week. The processing time for study permit applications outside Canada remains at 9 weeks, with marginal changes over the last few reporting periods. Visitor extension, visitor record. Online, 72 days. Paper-based, 113 days as of December 20th. Changes since January 16th, plus 2 days. Changes since January 9th, plus 2 days. Changes since January 2nd, plus 2 days. Changes since December 28th. No change for online. IRCC no longer reporting processing time for paper-based applications. Study permit inside Canada. Current processing time, 4 weeks. Change since January 16th. No change. Change since January 9th. No change. Change since January 2nd. No change. Change since December 28th. No change. The processing time for study permit applications inside Canada remains at 4 weeks, showing stability over recent reporting periods. Study permit extension. Online, 63 days. Paper-based, 71 days as of December 20th. Changes since January 16th, minus 6 days for online. Changes since January 9th, minus 14 days. Changes since January 2nd, minus 14 days. Changes since December 28th, minus 38 days for online. Work permit outside Canada, varies by country. Work permit inside Canada. Online, 106 days. Paper-based, 15 days as of December 20th. Changes since January 16th, minus 3 days. Changes since January 9th, minus 6 days. Changes since January 2nd, minus 7 days for online. Changes since December 28th, minus 12 days for online. International Experience Canada, current season. Current processing time, 6 weeks. Change since January 16th. No change. Change since January 9th, plus 1 week. Change since January 2nd, plus 1 week. Change since December 28th, plus 2 weeks. Seasonal Agricultural Workers Program, SAWP. Current processing time, 26 days. Change since Jan 16, no change. Change since January 9th, no change. Change since January 2nd, plus 1 day. Change since December 28th, plus 1 day. Electronic Travel Authorization, ATA. Current processing time, 5 minutes. Change since January 16th, no change. Change since January 9th, no change. Change since January 2nd, no change. Change since December 28th, no change. Important notice, the IRCC is currently prioritizing applications for work permits in crucial occupations. Your processing time may extend if you're not seeking work in a priority field. In conclusion, staying abreast of these processing times is pivotal for anyone navigating the intricate pathways of Canadian immigration. Whether it's a permanent residency application or a temporary visa, understanding these timelines ensures a smoother journey towards your Canadian dream. In this exploration of the latest IRCC processing times for 2024, we've traversed the peaks and valleys of timelines, offering a panoramic view of what awaits prospective immigrants. As the sands of time continue to shift, these processing times serve as beacons, guiding individuals through the labyrinth of Canadian immigration. Whether you're pursuing economic permanent residency or threading the path of temporary visas, understanding these timelines is paramount. As you chart your course towards a brighter future, may the insights gained here propel you forward with clarity and purpose. The journey is yours, and with the latest IRCC processing times as your compass, the destination is closer than you think. Safe travels on your Canadian Odyssey. That is all for today, in this video. What are your thoughts on this? Please let us know in the comments section below. Thanks for watching the entire video. Hopefully, the information is useful to you. See you later, in the next episode. Till then, take care.